Hello. Wait, what? What? I still have that? Huh. That explains why I got Harvest in the previous video. Should probably remove this one from my search too. Hey, let me... Come on, man. Disco mouse. What? Wait a minute. What? I'm confused. There must have been a Disco Mouse on our team who left. Look at that. PPPPPP has a profile picture from that one anime. I don't know the name of it. I rewatched MatPat's video on color yesterday. It was more nuanced than I remembered. Like, it wasn't just red is better, blue is worse. I mean, it's a bit more complicated than that. Like, what was it, League of Legends? The blue team did better. Today I listened to the Yuri Yuri Season 1 soundtrack composed by Misawa Yasuhiro. It's pretty good. And what I like about this soundtrack album is that it includes, like, it has a lot of pieces. It has 34 pieces, so I don't think there's anything missing. Like, for instance, there's this one little piece of music in Yuri Yuri, which I remember plays when Akari is looking at the card which Chinatsu sent her, and her relatives are stabbing her hair buns with chopsticks, and this little piece of music is playing, and it sounds like it's on some kind of, I don't know, maybe some kind of traditional Japanese instrument or something. I don't fucking know. It sounds kind of like that. But it's a short piece of music. It plays at some other point too. I think it's like, at some point, maybe like when they're first going to the amusement club in like episode 1, something like that. Is this the new bot that we have to kick? Yeah, it is. Disco Mouse. Disco Mouse is the new Crazy Frog. Oh, Crazy Frog is still around though, see? But that piece of music, it's on the soundtrack album. Sometimes soundtrack albums don't have all of the pieces of music. For instance, The Godfather Part 2 soundtrack album. For instance, it doesn't have the piece of music which is, it's actually pretty prominent in the film. When it plays at least twice that I remember. When Michael is on his way to visit Hyman Roth, and when Fredo gets murdered on the boat. That piece of music is not on the soundtrack album. That's just one example. There are two pieces actually I can think of in The Godfather Part 1. The one which plays when... What's his name? When Tom Hagen is on his way to California. Or, like, rather, when he arrives in California, I guess. Tom Hagen isn't in the picture. It's shots of California. And then also there's another piece of music which is played during Las Vegas, the first yeah, when it's Las Vegas, shots of Las Vegas. Those two pieces of music are not on the soundtrack album. Actually, I think I found at least the first one, though. Yeah, I found it, I think. I found it. Whereas the one I mentioned from The Godfather Part 2, I have not found. So it's cool that the Yuri Yuri Season 1 soundtrack album by Misawa Yasuhiro has even... I mean, it has it all, it would seem. Well, as for if I'm gonna talk about any like individual pieces from the album which I like, I guess it would be one which has stood out to me when I've watched the anime has been, what's it called? Where is it? Musou Paradox. And then there's Yururi Yurari. I believe I used it in a video. I have had it on my computer for years, like since 2016. I believe that's the one, and I've used it in a video I made in 2016 called the Accent Tag. Not a video I'm very proud of. Well, I'm just a bit. I cringe a bit. That video is not so bad, but it's still a bit cringy. But yeah, I guess that one is pretty good. I guess it's like kind of memorable. It's I know it's in my favorite episode, season 1, episode 3. At the end of it, that piece of music plays. But yeah, that's about all I can say. I mean, there are a lot of pieces here, and they just kind of blend together. But then again, I mean, I've thought about that whole blend together thing, but maybe that's just like, when I think that an album just, the pieces of music on an album just blend together, maybe that's only because I've only listened to it once, and so I'm just not familiar with it. But if I listened to it more times, then I would be able to distinguish them. I guess that's true. Maybe. Though I guess also more, well, it depends. I mean, surely, I mean, in theory, some albums could blend together. The pieces of music on one album could blend together more than the pieces of music on another album. Absolutely, but in practice, or like, yeah, in practice, how should I put it? In practice, maybe that's not very true. Maybe if I listened to this album more times, I would be able to tell you what all the pieces. Maybe I'll be able to sing all the pieces for you. I don't know. Like, you really notice when you listen to this soundtrack album that, well, yeah, I mean, they just blend together. Like, they all kind of sound the same. Or, I mean, like, a lot of them really sound the same. That's, I mean, that's what you could call cohesion, or, like, motifs. Not cohesion, well, motifs, you know. A lot of them use the same motifs, you could say. Well, and, you know, motifs aren't bad. Undertale did it very well, for instance. I don't know. Well, this is really annoying. Oh, sorry. Goodbye.